Welcome to Door to Door Sales 101. My name is Rover, and we'll keep it at that. I've been doing it for about 20 years, and how I started in the business was doing door to door steak, chicken, and seafood sales. Um, there's one thing that I live by, or what made me a very successful salesman, is that I realize why people buy. To me, there's three major reasons why people buy. Number one, the first reason is people want a deal. People are inherently greedy. That's just the way I look at it. Maybe 70% of the Earth's populations, I mean, even though they don't say they're greedy, but everybody wants a deal. Everybody wants in on the action. Everybody wants a foreclosed house. Everybody wants a repoed car. Even though they're paying the same, but they think they're getting a deal. It's just that mindset. Number two is, to me, and how I sold what I sold, and I've sold. I've done phone room sales. I've done almost every type of sale there is except car sales, because I always thought it was beneath me, but that's just me. But number two is, a lot of people, for some reason, especially nowadays, they like to take advantage of other people's misfortune, even though they don't admit it. But subconsciously, I think people do. Like, let's say, for instance, like I was bringing up before, a repoed car. You see them advertised in the paper. Cars that are repoed, bank-owned cars, repo. And what's the first thing a person does? They know that these cars were taken, or they were, repoed through a repo company. Somebody lost their car, they lost their credit, but they don't care because they want to save money. That's it. That's basically my second reason why people buy. Now, the third reason people buy, I call it a domino effect selling, is people like to keep up with the Joneses. Nobody wants to be the only people having the latest gadget, or people are infectiously like to keep up with their neighbors. It's funny. Every time that I hit a door, I tell them that I sold 9 of their neighbors. Uh, and even though I didn't, it's a little white fib. People are more comfortable. They're more trusting. Um, I, I basically stick to that, and that's why every day I go out there, no matter what I do, and I know I'm going to sell, because people react to the same stimuli over and over and over again. Maybe 20% of the Earth's population doesn't react the same way. But I've noticed in every state. I've been in 28 states, and I sell them all the same way. Um, the first thing I do at a door, well, it's basically, I look at the outside of the property. The first thing you look for is for impulse items, because any sale done at a door, I don't care if you're selling Kirby's and doing a 2.5-hour presentation, or you're selling a book, uh, is an impulse sale. To me, a sale that's not impulsive is a sale that will take a couple of weeks to make a decision, make an informed decision. Informed decision means that you're going to investigate, like buying a car. With the internet nowadays, I mean, these salesmen, that's why these companies went under. Because people are hip to how much the cars cost, the financing, the best financing, so on and so forth. So the first thing I do is I recon a neighborhood, and I recon the house, which means I gather intelligence. One thing that I learned with people that are impulsive is look for the impulsive items. Impulsive items to me are kids' toys. I mean, kids' toys are okay, but when you have maybe $100 to $300 of kids' toys outside, that's an impulse item. I mean, these people are going out and buying impulse items, stuff that they really don't need, but they do anyways. Number two, I check the backyard if I can and look for child swing sets, the really expensive kind. That's another impulse buy. I mean, who spends $1,500 on a backyard set? You know, and I'm not talking $1 million homes, or I'm talking $150,000 homes. These people are impulsive buyers. They really can't afford it, but they do it anyways. Number two is I look at if the garage is open. 90% of garages that are not organized, that everything's scattered, that they're hoarders, are impulse buyers. Any garages that are organized, clean, they're going to be very frugal people, And I also look at the stickers on the vehicles. The stickers, the Fraternal Order of Police stickers, the booster clubs, the Save the Whales. I mean, stuff like that. These these people have already been sold already. They have gotten a call from somebody, and somebody sold them a booster pack. So you already know they're buyers. Also, I look at the vehicles. For some reason, and this is just me, there's impulse vehicle buying. My number one car that I sell 90% of this car. If this car is in a driveway, there's a 90% chance if I show whatever I'm selling, I'll sell, is a PT Cruiser. Don't ask me why. It's an impulsive car. That's just what it is. It's an overpriced car. It's just the way it is. Another impulsive car is an HHR. Another impulsive car to me is an Escalade. And then it's not because of the money. It's just because of the impulsivity. I mean, their car's overpriced anyways. Cars that I don't sell, I don't even bother knocking on doors, are Priuses. It's just people that tend to buy Priuses are very frugal. They're very uppity, very uptight. Volvo's another car that I don't even bother selling. There's a lot of stuff that you could really see in a house if you do your door-to-door sales, men. If you're selling Comcast or any cable or anything, I don't know how that works, man. I really don't. I mean, you're getting paid by the hour to drop flyers off. I mean, to me, that's not a sale. I mean, you're just getting paid $10 an hour. A person that sells steak door to door, chicken, seafood, and they walk in the door, and in 15 minutes you pitch and close, and walk out of there with a couple of $100 or maybe $400 or $500. That's a salesman. In my line of work, people got to eat. It's been proven fact that for every $5 the American makes, 3 goes to the food industry in one form or the other. Restaurants, food, purchasing at the supermarket. So, in my business, I'm recession proof. But there's other, it all applies to the same thing. I break the ice. When I go to a door, number one, I'm always clean cut. I tell my guys, I got about 15 employees, and I tell my guys, shave your face. No goatee, no mustaches. Shave your face. People like clean shaven faces. I don't care. I mean, maybe there's some salesmen out there that have goatee and beards. There's a lot of car salesmen out there. There's a lot of John Deere salesmen out there. But in my line of work that I do cold door to door, clean shaven. Number two, your colors, what you wear. If you're in a warmer climate, I like to wear yellows. I like to wear pink shirts. That, I mean, talk about instilling trust in a person.